Okay. How does my first schizophrenic experience, I hope the videos are next to each other, but how does that um, connect to my health and fitness? Because that's what my videos are about. Schizophrenics and fitness, sometimes, most of the time, a lot of times, they kind of go hand in hand. There are lots of reasons why. But for me, it's negative. Uh, Part of the reason I became schizophrenic could have been from just malnutrition, suffering from malnutrition. I had tried the raw diet. So I had become vegan. I stopped eating meat. I stopped eating milk, drinking milk and cheese and any dairy products. And um, no fish, no eggs, no nothing. Okay, I was totally vegan. But I wasn't doing it right. I mean, I didn't really have the money or the knowledge of really what to eat and how to get proteins and the nutrients that I needed. What I was eating was basically frozen vegetables, boiled frozen vegetables, and um, like fruit. Anything I could get at the main grocery store. Um, and eventually those foods get boring, but I never got bored of it. Um, and I just wasn't eating. I just wasn't eating enough. That's what happened. I wasn't eating enough. I wasn't eating enough foods that were good for me because I still ate like um, sugar, packets of sugar, and stuff weird. Just I had a weird diet, but I knew I didn't want to eat meat and I didn't like dairy and all this other stuff. Well, from there, I went to raw, nothing cooked, no cooked foods, no potatoes, no boiled vegetables, everything that you can eat raw. That limits everything that you can eat. And I don't know why I decided to do that. A lot of people do that. I'm not going to call it crazy. I mean, do what you want to do, whatever. Uh, but uh, it wasn't good for me because um, I didn't have a blender, so and I didn't buy seeds. I lived on almonds and celery and carrots and a lot of different fruits. But I didn't have a lot of money. See, I was only spending like maybe $50, $20 to $50 a month on food, if that. Sometimes I didn't have any food at all, and if you can't cook anything, and I think once you get to a certain point where you're not eating a lot, you don't feel hunger anymore. You just don't. So not eating is not a big deal. Um, and that's what happened to me. So I was suffering. I may have been eating a lot of like carrots and celery is not a lot of vegetables. It's not a lot. There's not a lot of nutrients in them really when you really think about it. So I think I didn't talk to a doctor about this. I think I suffered from malnutrition. And that may have been part of the cause of my schizophrenia. I was walking everywhere. I didn't have a car anymore. So I was walking and riding my bike everywhere, getting way too much exercise, burning way more calories than I ate every day, and I lost a ton of weight. I mean, I don't even know how light I got. I mean, I started at 110 pounds, and when I realized that I had a problem with eating, was when I was looking in the mirror and I could see my ribs. I don't know, I must have been under 100 pounds because I'm pretty short. I'm only like 5'1 3/4. So to be able to see my ribs, I have to be extremely thin. Very, very thin. Um, and that's what happened. Uh, so I really think that my diet had a lot to do um, with why mentally I just wasn't. I couldn't handle the psychological pressure. That's what they call it, psychological pressure. I couldn't handle it, and it the lack of food just makes you irritable, and you don't even notice that you're being like rude and whatever. So that's how the previous video from, I'll say yesterday because I'm going to post this tomorrow, is connected to my health and fitness. So if you have an eating disorder, I just want to tell you to be real careful because it could affect your mind. And if you get schizophrenia or bipolar, I mean, these are illnesses that last the whole rest of your life. You cannot get rid of them. There is no cure. So, take vitamins. If you don't have the money, ask the people closest to you for help. If they see that you have a very serious problem, they will help you. And I can't tell anybody else what the telltale signs are of somebody who has a problem. It's I think a lot of times it's just obvious. But yeah, it could seriously affect your mental health. So just think about that when you just have a really strict diet that isn't really healthy. You need to be careful. You need a good amount of different kinds of foods, and don't be afraid of them. Okay, it's possible to be vegetarian and vegan and even raw and still be a healthy weight. So if you're gonna do it right. Be careful. Mind yourself. Okay? Bye.